Okay, so this time we're going to be looking at the practice problem 2, and if you have already solved practice problem 1, then practice problem 2 is not going to be a problem for you. So the main concept of practice problem 1 was to get our thinking caps on, to start thinking about how we can get the information that we need to apply the knowledge that we already know. Okay, and to do this, a very powerful tool that we have at our disposal, but we do not always remember it or recognize that it is very powerful, because some of us have access to it since they were born, have had access to it since they were born. Maybe some of us didn't, but with the passage of time and as we use it on a daily basis, we forget that it's a very powerful tool. Okay, so here to solve this practice problems, remember, anything goes, right? At the beginning of the chapter I said that you can use whatever tools you have. You can ask a person, you can read a book, whatever you want to do. So here I have already given you a hint, and from looking at the problem, if you look at the problem carefully, then let me just take a pen. Okay, so if you look at the problem carefully, you can see that the conveyor belt, the way it looks, is actually a triangle. Okay, let me go back. All right. Okay, sorry about that. So the conveyor belt is actually a triangle, if you look at it carefully, and you already know how to solve this problem, and you already have this measurement, which is 50 meters, and you have a hint to calculate the perpendicular length. So it says that there's a building, and the building is 10 stories tall, and it's the same height as the conveyor belt. And the hint I'm giving you is that what is the typical story height of a residential building? So if you just Google it, so the powerful tool I was talking about is a Google search or a web search or a Bing search, whatever you want to do. So if you just Google the typical story height of a residential building, then you can easily solve this problem. And there are a lot of information that you can get from the web. Okay, it's as simple as that. And right now we also have access to AI, which is even better. All right, moving on, let's say that this is a typical building and each of the stories are 3 meters and it's 10 stories. So it's going to be 10 times 3, that comes out to be 30 meters. So the height of the triangle is coming out to be 30 meters. And the question asks us for this angle. So if we call this angle theta, we can easily now calculate this angle. So we have our formula, sine theta is equals to, here in this case is going to be 30 by 50, and then if we want to go know theta, we'll have sine inverse 30 by 50, which comes out to be, let me just check, I haven't done this previously, sine inverse 30 divided by 50 comes out to be 36.87. So we have 36.87 degrees. It's as easy as that, and the question is very simple, and it's simpler than the practice problem 1. Just the only thing different from any other questions you may previously have had is that it's not giving you the information in the first go, right? It is not clearly stating the information, the value that you need to carry out the calculation. And in real world scenarios, sometimes there are going to be survey teams to give you that information, and sometimes maybe you're working alone, you're going solo, you're doing freelance. In that case, you need to have what it takes to get the information yourself and then carry on with to apply your knowledge. Now, another thing is that the Google search you might or might not have known is that the height for the buildings is not always going to be the same. So perhaps, let's say this is the building. Okay, so this is the first floor, and then we have the subsequent floors. So what can happen is the first floor height may vary. Let's say it might be 5 meters, and rest of the stories are 3 meters from there on. Right, and there can even be changes within them. So if you are looking at a particular building, you need to know this information to have an approximate height calculation. But there are other ways of doing it. There are machines that can read the height of a building, or you can use the machines to get some sort of data to use it and then get the height of the building. And those things actually are just giving you either of the information that you're gonna get from a simple triangle like this one. They're either going to give you the angle and then the distance, or something else that you yourself are going to use using the simple triangle rules, the formulas and all that, to get the height of the building, to get the height of a proper building. And in practice problem 3, we're going to be talking more about that, and what are the alternatives than getting a very expensive equipment. Maybe you're just doing this for curiosity, or maybe you just want to do it for a personal project. You don't want to hire someone, you don't want to rent the equipment. Then what can you do? So we're going to be taking a look at all of those things in the next practice problem. So that was it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you got to learn something interesting today. Oh, by the way, if you have completed this problem without watching the solution video on here just to check it out, then please let me know in the comments below, and let me know if your answer is matching mine. Thank you so much, and have a great day.